And welcome back, everybody. It is Memorial Day weekend Friday, so thank you all for coming in. So, what do you think? Nikon or Canon? I know Leica released one as well, but I think that is like, I mean, 4,000 to 6,000. So yeah, it may be in the same ballpark. But the I think the Nikon has a lot of pre-orders, so they may win this weekend. But I think Nikon targeted theirs more towards a professional, because let's face it, not every mom with a kid is going to have $4,000 spent on a camera, but she might cough up under 500, right? And with the simplicity of how easy the Canon is to use, I just personally myself, it reminds me of what DJI tried to do with the Osmo 2, which is make it vertical. And I like my cameras to be horizontal. Thank you very much. So I don't know. It's a toss-up. You know, Nikon is definitely the more professional, but Canon is definitely the more affordable. So which is it, right? So if something is off, I did not have a chance to test this out tonight, okay? And I can't even believe I went live without testing it, but it's been one of those days. And so I just kind of came in about 40 minutes ago and turned everything on and sent it up, and I didn't test the microphone or anything. So if something is off, please let me know, and I'll try to fix it on the fly, right? Let's see who's here. Hey, Scott. Man, I think I missed you last week, didn't I? Or did you see me with my son? I don't know. That whole thing was a blur. So Scott says, why is it not coming up here? Okay. Well, there's the first technical difficulty. I don't know why it is not coming up on the screen. So Peter, if you're in here, you want to tell me how to fix that on the fly? Because I don't have a clue. Yes, I am back home, but I've done away with the A10 Mini. It's still here, but I'm not using it anymore. It has audio issues that I never could get fixed, and so I was using it just for a camera switcher. Well, having packed up and moved so many times, I have found a more streamlined way to do things. So I don't know why the comments are not coming up. Are they coming up for you guys? Because they're not coming up for me. So let me know. And Scott says, thank God it's Friday, right? My little man got a stomach bug, and it's possible it's C. diff. Anyway, he's been really, really sick. He's lost a couple of pounds in 4 days, and he didn't have it to lose. So, little man, if you're watching, Granny loves you, right? Hang in there, bud. There's Kyle. I'm so glad you're in here tonight. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. And Scott says, back home. Yes. So it turned out this time, it was kind of my fault. It was it wasn't the modem, it was the router. So I have no idea when it happened. It may have been like this from since I got it. I don't know. But the Mac will only work on Wi-Fi. The port for the Ethernet connection is bad. So there's that. Yeah. But I don't know why your comments are not going up. I don't know. It just ain't working. I'm sure there's something that I have done. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm certain of, Scott. It's something I have done, because yeah, I was trying to get the crisp audio to work on this microphone. And so you know how your audio interfaces have, like I think all of mine except one have 2 inputs. Well, one side, like the number 1 slot, the crisp will work on. The number 2 slot, it will not. But the number 1 slot is not as loud as the number 2 slot. So, yeah. So if you hear a train or my neighbors, yeah, just wave. Scott says, I did watch last week, but was quiet. Well, that's not like you, Scott. It was a long show. I really enjoyed it. Yes, it was quite long. That was not intentional by any means. Randy says, so, see, I'm clicking on them, guys. They're just not coming up, and I don't have any idea what I'm doing wrong. So, if anybody knows... so I use the Sony RX100 5A small point and shoot, and it's great with 1080-60, but at 4K it overheats after 5 minutes. So, Randy, I don't even try the whole 4K route. Number one, the file sizes are too big. I already fight with the Mac. I've got tons of external drives, but I fight with the Mac anyway on file size. So if I forget to, as soon as I finish a video, I have to transfer it. And if I forget, it locks up on me. So I'm not even going to try the 4K thing. And honestly, with doing the 1080, I've got these little $20 capture cards. And I think they're working great. I think this is an Ecamm issue. Maybe. Yes, the comments are... okay, Randy says, Ecamm Live are using the program for the stream. Yes, I am. And normally when I click the comment, it comes up across my screen so that I can see it. And it is not doing that tonight. So I have hit something that I should not have hit. Turn on your comments in the window tab. Do we have a comments in the window tab? We have an option. A window. Bring comments and reactions. I don't know. Let's try it. Let's see. Yeah, that didn't work. Okay, that didn't work. You know, but I do wonder, you did make me... Ah! Okay. They are underneath me. So, I think it's a layering issue. Yeah. Not sure how to fix that. Hide main, bring all to front, arrange in front, maybe arrange all windows. Yeah, I don't know. If you guys can see them, that's cool. So, turn on your comments in the window tab. Now do it again. Now do what again? I'm in the Windows tab. I'm at the comments and reactions. Yeah, okay. I hit it again. And I still got nothing. I still got nothing. But I think, you know how I have the blue background? The comments are on that. And they're just not overlaying on me. So, yeah, it is what it is. Screen size too big to make it smaller. Well, I can do that. I think. I'm not really sure, guys. Yeah, I don't know. Here. There, I can make me smaller. And now I'll put that up there. And somehow that needs to come to the front. Yeah, see? It's there. But here, we'll just do this. There we go. There you are. And Charles is saying, hey, Sly. Hey, Charles. A couple of technical difficulties there. I was telling everybody I usually run through like a dress rehearsal, and I didn't have a chance to tonight. So it's live. Things are going to, go topsy-turvy, and it's okay. I'm not too chuffed about it. But so speaking of the point and shoots, which we weren't, but I'm changing the subject. So y'all know that I love my little G7X, which is totally a pocket camera. Okay, I have a couple of things that I love the size. I love the form factor. It takes pretty good pictures. The image stabilization seems to be almost as good as the Osmo. The thing that bothers me, and I've seen so many of these on Facebook Marketplace, where these little blades, I don't know if you can even see them right there. Let's see. Look what I can do. So, yeah. Now you can kind of see them. Anyway, there's the little blades right here that cover up the lens. And they, I've seen a ton of these cameras where they're broken. Well, my son's SX740 has the same thing. And so I ordered us 2 of these little lens caps, right? They're just like, I think they're plastic. They're plasticky. But they just fit right on that, right? Which will really save my blades. Okay. They don't fit on the SX740. When you hold them up, they look like those. I don't know. I didn't like completely measure them next to each other, but yeah, it didn't fit his. My other issue with this camera is you have to have a screen protector on the back, because if you can see that, I guess I could turn that on. It probably didn't have battery in it, but you can't close this. So I have noticed that is one of plus column for the flip out screens, is you can turn them around and close them, and it protects the screen. These flip up screens, not so much. So thankfully I haven't damaged it, and I do have I put a screen protector on all my cameras as soon as I get it, but so it's not really an issue. But the I noticed that the V10 doesn't have it's got like a glass over it. So it's actually like a lens, like on the Osmo, right? But I just wonder how easily that is going to get scratched, or if somebody's going to make a lens, a screen protector for it, right? For me, it's just the whole vertical thing feels wrong for me. I like my cameras to be horizontal. I mean, even my Osmo, as little as it is, it's horizontal, right? And when they came out and they tried to do the 2 squares that sit on top of each other and it made it vertical, yeah. And now the Osmo 3, my issue with it, I hear it performs really, really well, but it takes a slightly, it's the same configuration and everything as the original Osmo, but it's a slightly different battery. So they're not interchangeable. And as you all know, I have a thing about that. It's just, I have so many batteries. I don't see why we can't condense and consolidate and just have everything use, yeah, okay. I'm not going to rant. Randy says, there you go. It's the only way I know to fix it on the fly, okay? When Peter gets in here, he can probably just say, oh, just do this, and it one click, right? But I'm not that savvy with Ecamm, so there you go. Ecamm Live does not have the minimize, which I hate. Have the minimize? I can make myself pretty small. I mean, Carlos says, in Colorado Springs, giving a talk this weekend. Just wanted to say hi, Sly, and to all. Happy birthday. A little birdie told me it was your birthday yesterday, I believe. So happy birthday, young man. It's always fun, right? It makes you feel special for a day. You know, if you play your cards right, you can get 4 or 5 days out of a birthday. So Jeff is saying, good day, Sly. Welcome, Jeff. How have you been? Hope everything is okay with the home now. We're getting there. We're getting there. They had to send out they sent a router modem combo. So the PC, the Wi-Fi won't work at all. Like not even a little bit. Okay. But directly plugged into the new router thing, it works okay. It's not the fastest, but it's okay. The Mac is running completely off Wi-Fi, and it's running as fast as they say it can possibly run. I live in the sticks, so it's one baby step above dial-up, right? Yeah, my son has fiber optic, and for him it is nothing, right? But unless I permanently move my studio to his house, which, you know, he probably wouldn't like that. He doesn't mind me being a guest there, but he probably wouldn't want me to move in. So, and I don't know where the little turkey is. He's probably gaming tonight. But yes, the home is fine. Okay, we're getting the equipment there. I have ordered another camera for this guy because this is my old 80D, and I think it's doing okay, but every single time you turn it off, when you turn it back on, because it won't do clean HDMI except in manual, you have to completely reset it, like the whole thing. Okay, you turn it off and it like loses its mind. Okay, so not only do you have to refocus, but the color, you just have to set everything, and that's just not something I want to do every time I turn it on. So I have ordered another cheapy little camera to go in the second spot, because, you know, it just kind of gives you guys something different to look at. I don't know, just kind of make it a little bit interesting for you, right? Randy says in Mac OS you can make the screen full size or minimize with all programs except Ecamm Live. Did you buy the USB Wi-Fi? Order it and it is cheap. Actually, I went with another M2. It was like $26, I think. And I don't mind taking the computer apart to fix it. If there's a reason to take it apart, I'm totally cool with that. But like this camera, to have to reset it just because you turn it off, not so cool with that. So, yeah. Oh, my cat has come to say hi outside. Yeah. Randy says, Carlos, I have relatives that live there. You'll love it. Yeah, Colorado is a really nice... it's gotten really kind of expensive, though. I just heard that they were trying to... And what country was it? It was, it wasn't Lebanon, but it was... That's what it made me think of when I heard this. That people from that area are trying to buy up land in Oklahoma because it's so cheap. Right? So we were infiltrated with the Chinese people, bought up a bunch of land to grow marijuana, and which would have been fine, but they brought in all these relatives, or all these people, I don't know if they were relatives, all these people, and they didn't get papers on them, and so they were illegals, and the drug people shut them down. Like, it was a big thing here in Oklahoma. They had some really pretty big grows, and there was a lot, thousands of people that got deported back. So it was kind of a big thing. It was kind of kept hush hush on the national level, but here in Oklahoma, everybody knows about it, you know. So, yeah, it was just kind of one of those, oh, you got caught, right? So, Oklahoma's pretty lax with their marijuana laws, I feel like, but they are, like, they were very, very lax when it first came out. And now it's like, okay, we need to tighten this up a little bit. And so they've raided all these places, and they're not issuing, as from what I understand, they're not issuing any more licenses to dispensaries. You have to be kind of grandfathered in. So it's kind of a thing. Colorado, I think, is the first state that started legalized marijuana. So Kyle says, I don't. You don't what? You have to expand the sentence just a little bit more. I don't like spinach. I don't. Perhaps, I'm going to take a wild guess. You don't mind the vertical form factor. He's laughing. Sorry. No, it's cool. It's cool. It keeps me on my toes. Yeah, keeps the old cobwebs out of my brain there. So, I actually got to babysit my grandson last night, who, because he's sick, he doesn't sleep. But it was a lot of fun. They have these things called smashers, and it's a dino egg, and you open the egg, and it's got like slime and stuff in it, and dinosaur bones, and you have to build the dinosaur, right? And apparently then you're supposed to cover it in slime. Okay, this was like, did not make any sense to me whatsoever until this morning. We were watching cartoons, and there's a whole show about it, and it all of a sudden the light bulb came on. So oh yeah, so Kyle lives in Oklahoma. He said, I didn't know about that news. Okay, so maybe it's just Eastern. You didn't know about the immigrants, maybe? I know it was a big thing here. They would, and it I don't know. Things strike me as funny or odd. I have an odd mind. So they will, everybody knows I work at Lowe's. They would bring in like a DeWalt tool bag, one of those little tool bags, and it would be filled with 10s and 20s and 5s, like thousands of dollars, right? And they would pay for their whole order with 5s, 10s, and 20s, right? So it would take like an hour to count out, $12,000 in 5s, 10s, and 20s, right? I mean, and it smelled so bad. Yeah. But, so maybe it didn't happen. I think it did though, Kyle. I think it did happen around Oklahoma City area too. They are buying land out, obviously not in Oklahoma City, not in Tulsa, but out in the outlying areas. And land is so cheap in Oklahoma, comparative to California or pretty much any other state. Even Texas has gotten ridiculous. And so they're buying all this land, and they were building all these dispensaries, and they were doing things they shouldn't be doing. So there's that. But so did any of you guys pre-order the Nikon? Randy? That should be right up your alley. I don't know if you want to spend $4,000 on another camera, but and that's what kind of gets me is for most people. No, let me rephrase that. For a camera enthusiast, okay, spending $430 on a camera, we really wouldn't have to think too hard about it. Okay. We'd pretty much pull the trigger on that one pretty quickly. Spending $4,000 on a camera, that thing better make me look like I'm 30 again, right? Yeah, I just don't think I would do that if at that price tag. So, and the Z8 is not supposed to be like their flagship, I don't think. So I'm not really sure. But, you know, camera companies make a lot of decisions that I just scratch my head over and go, really? Like canceling the M line, okay? So many people use the M50 and the M50 Mark II. Like, that's like the number one, until they came out with the Sony ZV-1, that was like the number one vlogging camera, right? Or content creators camera, okay? The people on a budget would use the M100 or the M, and then the M100 and the M200. And if you had a little bit more money to spend, you'd get the M50, and then the M50 Mark II. So why would they cancel that? You know, it doesn't. It seems like it was making money for them. So yeah, I don't know. Doesn't seem like a good business move. But you know, I'm not in the corporate hierarchy, right? Randy says, I do not need the Z8. I can buy a whole lot of lenses and other cameras for my vlogging needs. That's kind of what I'm thinking, is who does. If you're already, now if you're new to this, let's say you're a budding professional, but I don't think the Z8 has all the bells and whistles of, is it the Z9, I think? So I'm just not sure who this is marketed for. I could be completely wrong, right? But it just seems like they would have been better served to put out a camera that was good, maybe not great, but was good, and would attract more of the masses, you know, the $800-900 range. Because I think even at $800 or $900, I think most families would buy a camera in that price range, right? Because you know, taking pictures of your little kids, it's a thing. It's a big thing. I can tell you, I did it. Randy says, I thought the R50 was the replacement to the M50 until they just announced the R100. Yeah, to me, the R50, I don't know, it didn't seem like it was the camera that the M50 Mark II was, okay? The R50 might be what the M50, the original, but it just seemed like it was watered down a little bit. And yeah, Canon likes to do that. So, well, they all like to do that. You know, they release something and then wait for the updates. So, the R100, I have not heard about the R100. I'm thinking of what am I thinking of, Randy? It's a little point and shoot, and they've made like 7 different versions of it. That's, I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. So, yeah, there's that. But, so Kyle, tell me your thought process behind the V10. And why would you go with the V10 over the GoPro 11? That's kind of, I'm just playing devil's advocate here, okay? Maybe you like the form factor of the V10 better than the GoPro. The GoPro has a thing that I don't like, where they offer you the camera cheaper if you buy a subscription to whatever it is they do. I don't like that, okay? Let me buy the camera, and if I want to get a subscription, that's fine. If I don't, when we first got the Osmo, my son made a deal with me. He bought the camera as long as he could use it on the first time, and he went to the Buffalo River, and what we didn't know, because neither of us are very good at reading instructions, was that you had to mate it up with their app before it would let you use it for more than 10 seconds at a time. So I pieced together a video for him, and it was literally 10-second clips, just boom, 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 you know. So it was kind of disjointed, but he's like, all weekend he's trying to use this camera, and it will let him record 10 seconds and then it shuts off. And we didn't find out until he got back from his trip that you have to upload their app and connect it. So now they work fine, but I'm curious what the V10 has over the GP11. So I don't know. I'm an Osmo girl, and the GoPro 11 is fantastic, but it takes another battery, so I probably won't get it just because of the battery thing. If you saw, I have a what they call it, a tech pouch, and I do believe in carrying at least 4 batteries for every camera, right? There are so many different batteries in there. Because I have a Sony, this takes a little bitty battery, the M6 takes a bigger battery, but not as big as the 80D. I mean, it's just, batteries are stupid. That's all I have to say. Batteries are just stupid. Randy says, I have the R50 and the R10 plus the R7. Okay, so, maybe it wasn't Canon. Maybe it was Sony that came out with the... Does Sony have an R100? And that they've made like 7 versions of? It may be Sony. It probably is Sony. Kyle says, form factor and efficiency. Okay. Well, they are pretty cameras. Okay. I have 2 M6s that are kind of the vintage with this silver thing on them. They make them in black, but the black was like, I don't know, it looked like sprayed on bed liner. It's the only way I know to describe it. And so I like the smoothness of the silver. And it looks like the V10, so that the original M6 came in a silver like this and kind of a gray color, and it looks like the V10 is the color scheme. You can either get it in black or the gray, kind of the space gray, which I do like the color scheme of it. I just and Kyle, you can type more than 4 words. You can expand a little bit if you want to. You don't have to. Just saying. Randy says storage needs and better sound quality. Yes, I have been. This is another new microphone. Don't judge. Okay. And honestly, y'all are gonna laugh. So let me show you. Well, let me get them here. Okay. So they look identical, right? They're both fine microphones. However, this one is a K669C for condenser, and this one is a K669D for dynamic. And honestly, they sound the same, right? Peter had complained that when I move around and stuff, the dynamic microphone wasn't picking me up, and so I thought, okay, well, I'll go with the condenser, and they make it $36, right? And I think as I move away from it and stuff, it sounds the same as the dynamic, so it's probably the same thing. Who knows? The ZV-1 Mark II. I'm kind of curious about that camera. Now, for me, I believe that one goes to 18 millimeter is the widest. My arms are still not long enough for 18 millimeter. Okay, that puts you right in my face. So if you're 6 feet tall, it probably is, because you've got that extra wingspan on me that I don't have. Or if I would use like a longer selfie stick, but then it starts wobbling, right? The longer you go. So yeah, I don't know. But the ZV-1 Mark II, because I have the ZV-1 and I like it. But when I compared it to my G7X, as far as stabilization and stuff, the G7X won hands down. Now, as far as focusing, the Canon does take just a millisecond longer to focus than the Sony, but it really doesn't seem to be an issue. So, Randy says, plus the 4K, no overheating, and better battery life. So I take it your ZV-1 Mark II is in your future. Yes, Sony did the RX100 until the ZV series. Yes, there you go. That's the one I was thinking of. The RX100 had like 7 versions. And there's a fellow, Marcus Pix, who, I love that guy. He just, I love how he plays with things until he gets them to work. And but I believe his favorite was the RX100 version 5. I don't know why, but that seems to be the one he has like 3 of and shoots with most of the time. Sony A61, A62, A63. Did they not come out with a new Sony? Or they're going to? That's I don't remember the number, Scott. It's what happens when you get old and you watch a whole lot of technical information. You don't retain all of it. Yeah, you'll be there one day. A6700 will be the new kid on the block. Okay, thank you, Randy. You see, Randy knows. He retains most of the information that he hears. So, thank you, Randy. Jeff says, in my opinion, I believe it is more about corporate greed trying to squeeze as much out of us. I hate the subscription that is now on the move. If not Adobe, Microsoft, GoPro, and the list goes on. Yes, that's, I just, let me buy the product, and if I want to subscribe, that's fine. And if you need to charge me a little bit more, that's fine, but don't make them so dependent, and I don't know, that was one reason why I went with the Osmo way back instead of the GoPro. No, the GoPro had some issues at the time. I think it was like the GoPro 8, maybe 7, when I got into the Osmo, and you didn't have to buy a subscription. Now, I didn't know you had to upload the app, which I'm okay with that. Okay. That yearly subscription thing, I don't know. I just don't like the whole idea of that. No, it is wide enough. Watch some videos. I like the one Mark Bennett, Camera Conspiracies, went to Africa and had tested it. Okay. So how big is Mark Bennett? Because you have to remember, I'm kind of a short little thing, right? And so my arms aren't real long. So like that 11 to 22 that I got, I put it on 12, and it's just about right. So I need about 12. 18 is like really too close. Marcus Pig sure has a nice home, doesn't he? Yeah. He said he made his money in Hollywood and then got bored. Okay. And I guess he had made enough money that he could get bored, which I'm not there yet. Don't know that I'll ever have enough money that I get bored. Randy says, got the fix. Make your picture the primary and select it, and your chats will be placed on. Okay. So make your picture the primary in the window. make my picture the primary where? Oh, main window. Nope, didn't work. Okay. I will play with it and I'll have it working next week. It's really, yeah, it's really okay. Because you're still there. You're still there. I can move me up a little bit more. Okay. I'm sure I did something, right? In all this week, trying to figure out what didn't work on this computer and what was working on this computer, and then so what I've got running right now is the Mac with the Hagibis hub with an OWC hub. So I've got one hub plugged into one of the lightning ports back there, not Thunderbolt ports back there, and the other one plugged in the other one. I really don't want to lose the Hagibis because it's got the external drive in it, right? So the OWC, it's just a little bitty thing. It's got 3 Thunderbolt ports and a USB. So I've got it, by getting rid of the ATEM, that freed up one of the Thunderbolts. So I've got 2, I can put 2 cameras on it, and I can put 2 on the Hagibis. And it seems to be working okay. So, except for the comment thing. Yeah, which I'm pretty sure that's user error on my part. I'm pretty sure I hit something and I have no idea what. So, Peter must have gone to sleep because he can fix this like that. I mean, he's really good. Yes, you are the main window. Well, that's what it said. Main window is right there, but when I clicked it, it didn't work. So I don't know why it didn't work. Oh, also that. Oh. Is it this one? No. There is one of these buttons that has the screen overlay things on it, and it's gone. So I have done something. Oh, here we go. There it is. Okay. So okay, let me put you back up here. Okay, so I want this to do something. To be, oh, nope, you went behind me. Okay. Yeah, somehow it's a layering thing. I don't know. Show current scene. Well, there you are. And then how do I bring it to, where's Lewis? Lewis, no, he's really good at this too. Oh, you have to be clicked on. Okay. And then from there, how do I bring you to the front? Nope, that's a hotkey. What is this key? That make you go away? I don't know. I'll play with it and I'll figure it out by next week. When you move stuff around a lot, things get messed up. So it is what it is, and I'm okay with that. It's yeah. So I've got another camera coming in here, and I went with another M camera because that's kind of, I've been building up my lenses for the M cameras, and which I will probably have these for quite a while. I just like them. I mean, now, like I said, I'm smaller than you guys, right? So for me, this is the perfect size camera. This is like when you pick up a camera and it just feels good. Right, here you go. And it does everything I want it to do. So, you know, I like my, this one. I like this one. And it was my favorite between the 80D and the 90D. I like the 80D better. But I do not like having to reset everything just because I turned it off. So, and that may be because I have a dummy battery in it. Maybe if you have a charged battery, well, no, because when you change the battery, it doesn't do it. So, yeah, I don't know. But this one is going to be retired again. So, it was retired for a long time. There he is. Hi, yes. Sorry for being late. I like that shirt. It's my Memorial Day shirt. Red, white, and blue. Memorial Day weekend, right? Is that one? Okay, I only got one. It is the new necklace from the fair, yes. So, my daughter and son and I went to the Renaissance Fair again this year and had a blast. It was just, I don't know, those two are a hoot to be around, right? They're a lot of fun. Randy says, Zen, the OWC can take, Zen, the OWC can take an SSD. No, it's, text, add it to your window. Text, add it to your window. Randy, I know you are just shaking your head going, oh, is she that dumb? Yeah, I am. And there is the man of the hour right there. Hi, everyone. All right. So, as you can see, Lewis, I'm not as large as I usually am. Okay. I thought the comments were not showing up, and they are showing up in between. They're sandwiched in between me and the blue. So if I bring myself down, the comments go away. So I know you know this is an easy fix. I'm sure I just hit something and I don't know what I did, but obviously I've screwed it up. So it's all good. Okay. So Randy says your background is the main window. Make that secondary. Would that I could, Randy. It doesn't even show up on my little overlays. So this one shows up. No, it doesn't. So let's hit show in background. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna mess around with it until I end up with a completely black screen. Is probably what's gonna happen. Randy says Sly needs help, Lewis, on putting the comments on her picture. So yes, I want the comments to be on top of me, not between me and the blue. So, and they used to be. So there is a T. Is that what you're talking about? No, we don't want that. Oh, Lord, how do I get that off? I told you I shouldn't be messing with this stuff. Let's hit cancel. Okay, did I just go away? So, I'm assuming you can still hear me because the audio is still going, but there is absolutely no picture. So I've done something. It says I'm still on there, so maybe you guys are still seeing me. I am showing a black screen. I knew that was going to happen. Yeah, I should never try to mess with things on the air. But it's all good. So, did it go black, or are you guys still seeing me? Check to see if you have your camera on show in all scenes. Scenes. I have scenes. Yeah, I've lost. I mean, everything is black. I can see the comments, but like when I click on them and stuff, Oh, you're back. Okay. Never mind. Okay, it's just going to be one of those nights. Check to see if you have your camera on show in all screens. Screens. Show in all screens. I don't even know where to go for that, Lewis. Just says yes, can hear you. So my screen was all black except for the comments on the side. And I don't know what I hit, but all of a sudden everything came back all at once. So it's like, yeah, okay. Scenes. Yes, we see and hear you. Okay. So apparently I didn't, like, the camera was still functioning. It was just what I was seeing. So, you know, it's all good. So I have show in current scene, and it shows your comment as long as your comment is on the screen. Okay. Show in all scenes, there's nothing under that. So, yeah, I don't have a clue. Nope, don't want to do that. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll play around with it this week, and we'll try to get it going. Thanks, Lewis. Yeah. Sometimes I'm beyond help. I just click one button, and I can mess up an entire computer. Done it. Been there. Done that. Have the t-shirt. And so it's okay. I still, somebody once told me, you can't mess up anything I can't fix. Well, I can. I can mess up things that people can't fix. So it's all good. I'm used to it. Yeah. But I'll get them back up by next week, and we'll, we'll get the show back on the road here. I mean, it's not bad. It's just I'm a little smaller than normal, and that's okay. I don't have to be in your face, right? But so I am okay. So Kyle's going to get the V10. Did anybody pre-order the Z8? Because I know Ordinary Filmmaker Simon, a lot of people pre-ordered the Z8 through him. So I don't know, except for Kyle, I have not heard of anyone getting the V10. So the Z8 may win, which will completely blow my mind, because my money is on the V10 just because of the price tag. Yeah, I think more people will buy it, more young people will buy it than the $4,000 camera. But I have been wrong many, many times. So that is always a possibility. But yeah, so if any of you guys are the praying kind, say a little prayer for my grandson. He's got to start eating again. So, but when you have that stuff, you don't really feel like eating. So hopefully it'll pass soon. He can't really afford to lose any more weight. But, and other than that, I think everything should be on an even keel. I'm pretty sure, right? The house isn't in danger anymore. The internet is fixed. I ordered that M2 thing for the PC, so it'll be back up and running. It's running. It's just really, really slow. So you can watch YouTube on it and stuff, but that thing has the capabilities to blow the Mac out of the water. So yeah, so I've ordered one of those. I'm going to replace it. Looking at tires for my truck. That's going to be probably my next big expense. So cameras are going to have to take a back seat, only because the truck is 4 years old. I've been waiting 4 years to buy new tires for that truck because they came with highway tread, and I like a little beefier looking tire on my little truck. And so now that little green tread wear thing is showing, and I was so happy because now I can get tires for it. Yeah, so I don't know. It's kind of silly, I know. But Randy's saying good night, everyone. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, everyone, please stay safe. You know, all the crazies come out on the holidays, and you cannot get me to a lake on a holiday weekend, right? It's just the crazies are out, and I would much prefer to go when no one is out. I mean, the fireworks I do kind of enjoy those, but everybody, please have a safe weekend. Okay, come back to us next Friday night, and we will see you guys next week. Have a great week, everybody.